today's Cup of Coffee with Scream.
Cup of coffee.
We have viewer Scream.
We do. We got ghost story. We got a local ghost story where it's not local, but he's a local to our channel.
He is so dear.
Mm-hmm.
He is just, I've known, it's our Blue is what I call him because it's
Mr. Blue.
UK Blue is his official handle, I do believe, at this point. And over 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Avid viewer.
He's avid friend.
friend.
God love him. He has gone through some shit with me. He really, really has. And it's just dear person. And his current pup is a chocolate. Now, don't fuss on me if I get this wrong. It's a. I'm trying to think. He had Bruce first, which was a black and tan, and they're Dobermans. That's what it is. And Max is a chocolate Doberman.
Beautiful dog.
Yeah. And so he's, Blue is quite the canine trainer and stuff. He really is good at all these things.
Does he know how to make a Chihuahua not as bitchy?
I don't think that that's possible for any human being. I think there's a reason that he does not have the yip dogs.
I've wanted Chihuahua.
But he's over there in the UK, and he also frequents, he goes over to Scotland quite frequently, and I will put a link to his channel. Go there and watch. He has his adventures of he and Max romping. The countryside is just incredible. Mm-hmm. And some of the areas that he has traveled so much, like Russell County here in Virginia. And I think that oldest kid was explaining that back in the day of Pangea or whatever, that it was all part of the same mountain range.
That's interesting. That makes a lot of sense.
It certainly does. But it's like Blue has this wonderful accent that you can hear Scotland in it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so there's no way that I can not mispronounce any of these things because it's just...
We're Appalachian. But
I'm going to... One of the places that he goes is... Here we go. And I said this, that pause of, oh God, I'm going to blow this out of the water. It's Craigentham Castle.
Craigentham Castle.
And so that's what you're going to have, that we have pictures of, is the castle, what was once the castle. And so I'll go through that before and there is Max. He's a handsome man.
Look at it.
I mean, this is just be a cool thing. There is so much history over there in those areas that it's just incredible. Even the rock work. So that's going to be part of what we're talking about. And I'm going to read pretty much verbatim the email that he had sent me the other day. And he said that earlier this year, he had 3 strange encounters.
Ooh.
The first one was visual. And then the next 2 were audible.
Ooh.
And he said that in the early spring that he was walking Max through the forest just out of Douglas. It was a day of sunshine and showers and sunny at the moment. And as they were nearing the top of a steep section of track and just ahead, the trees were close to the sides of the track, so forming a tunnel with just the odd ray of direct sun coming through. Max was off to the side rummaging as he looked up and head to the tunnel. At that point, just 5 meters into the tunnel and about 20 meters up ahead of me, a creature jumped from the track across the small ditch into the woods and was gone.
Oh! What did he describe what it looked like?
Yes, he does. He goes on to say, so here goes something like his immediate first and the next thought processes, because he's a highly intelligent person. He's like us, a divergent thinker. He thought, Dog, not dog. No people down there, not dog. Big cat, not fox, not badger. Looked like a big cat. What the fuck? So, so then
somehow over there.
Yeah, so then I start to think more about what I saw and was leaning towards a Scottish wildcat. But then was thinking that it wasn't striped. So it did seem to have a big club of a tail, but it just seemed to be a strange gray.
Oh.
Then I realized it didn't look actually solid. It wasn't translucent, but it didn't look solid.
What the fuck was it?
As I continued, I thought Max will pick up a fresh scent and be interested. When we got to the spot, Max picked up nothing. And I couldn't see any sort of disturbance in the grass, and it wasn't a regular animal track. As I continued walking and thinking about what I saw, I kept leaning towards wildcat, but no markings had me stumped. I didn't think any were in the area, and as I Googled wildcat locations, and there's none for miles. None in that area for many, many years. So as I went on, I became fairly convinced that I had spotted the ghost of a wildcat from centuries ago.
Oh, that would be cool if you did. But Earth Spirit? That's where my mind went.
It could have been an Earth Spirit. Because if it had been any kind of physical animal, Max would have gone wild.
Oh, yeah.
And especially a cat. And cats are like anything else. They will mark territory and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And
you'll definitely smell them.
There's been a lot of reports for years over there in the UK as far as Black Panthers.
Ooh.
And
okay,
there's been
allegedly they were here at one point.
Mm-hmm. And then they said they were gone, but there's been quite a few sightings of those.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that it wasn't one of those. I think that Blue, you did better by having a ghost cat. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want an actual wildcat stalking you.
No, wildcats are not good. They will tear you up.
Well, never mind. I'm going to keep that joke to myself.
And then the next two, it says the next two encounters happened while he was walking at this Kringington. Hopefully, if I say it fast enough and blur it all together, maybe nobody will know. Castle in the summer at the same place about a week apart. First one was after walking the gorge path from the castle to a village and back, and we were just coming around a bend in the woods just before going back through a gate into the castle grounds. Out of sight, round the bend, approximately 20 meters, both me and Max heard voices. So I brought Max in close, fully expecting to pass people and maybe dogs. But nobody came towards us.
Oh.
I then got a clear view up to the gate, and nobody was to be seen.
Oh.
Those auditory things are freaky.
Yeah. You got to make sure it's not like a Windy Boy or something like that.
Yeah.
Or what else was it? What else? Like mimics?
Over there in the UK, there are so many as far as specters and stuff. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And said about a week later, he was on the grass level in the castle grounds, and directly above the bend in the path, he'd been throwing the ball for Max, and he was near the fence overlooking the path. They both heard voices.
Ooh.
And he trotted up to the fence to look, and Blue had grabbed his lead to clip him on while people came out of the gorge into the castle. And he gets to Max only a few seconds after the voices, and he looks down the hill to see who's coming and whether or not they have a dog. He saw nothing.
Nothing.
Nobody.
Nothing.
Voices of a past living, work, busy castle, perhaps.
That is so cool, though, but that is freaky as shit. It's like it's like hearing the, hey, and it's like, what? And then nobody answers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I know I fucking heard that.
Sure.
It was loud and clear.
And you know, it's interesting, and I don't know if it's just because more people are reporting paranormal events, or if there really is an uptick in paranormal activity. But as far as people thinking that they have heard loved ones speak and they have not,
That's happened.
you have that a lot.
Yeah, and it freaks my ass out every time. It's gotten to the point if I'm like, okay, it probably wasn't Mom, so I'm just gonna wait until she either calls my phone or actually yells multiple times. But there's been times that you've said that you yelled for me and I haven't heard you.
Right. But usually, I mean, I will, go to a different point in the house to, it's like, where you at?
Yeah.
It's never anything drastic or whatever at this point.
I was trying to think if I ever heard anything down at Nana's. Have you heard anything down there?
Oh, yeah.
Heard?
Yeah, there before your brother was born, that was the time that I heard my grandfather.
Oh.
And I heard him just that he was in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And I got up, to see what he needed or whatever. And they were working on the addition to the house. And I asked him and he's like, I didn't say anything. And I heard it 2 more times.
2 more times? Mm-hmm. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
Just called my name. That was it.
But his voice.
It was his voice. Yes, it was his voice.
That's a mimic.
It was very distinctive.
That's a mimic. I don't know what the fuck that's
It seems like Baby has said that she has heard stuff.
Uh-huh.
Your brother wouldn't. I don't know that he would admit it if he...
Yeah, he probably ignores it all that he can. He can't really handle spooky stuff like that.
But with all the different little paranormal shows and stuff that people are doing, and they're sending in their little clips, and there's some channels that's their whole shtick, is that they collect the clips from various and sundry places and compile them, and lots of people seem to be reporting strange voices.
Yeah. It's... Whatever it is ramping up, and it's the veil is lifting. Mm-hmm. It's thinner and thinner.
But like I said, the history that the UK has and stuff, I can very much see how there's lots of sightings and hauntings and everything.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things also is as far as stories of the specters of Roman soldiers, that seems to be quite popular. But rocks and different things like that hold memories, vibrations.
Wasn't there some stuff like on Most Haunted or shows like that, like over there in the UK?
Oh yeah, there's been lots of them.
Like they're big famous places that a lot of ghost hunters go to.
Yeah, and I'm
pretty sure Ghost Adventures has been over there at some point.
Oh, I'm sure that they have. There's just all kinds of wonderful legends, tales, just amazing.
Mm-hmm. I loved watching those shows.
Thank you, Blue, so much for letting us share your ghost adventures.
Yes, thank you, because those were awesome.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had anybody share. We did there for a while when we had switched over as far as doing the supernatural. It was always weird. It was,
Yeah.
But that is one of the things. If you do have paranormal, supernatural, all that stuff, we went through that spiel for a long time until everybody started having paranormal and supernatural, and so I just didn't. It just seemed redundant.
Well, it was a different type of paranormal and supernatural, so it wasn't really redundant. As a matter of fact, I think that,
But if you have any kind of encounters or anything like that you would like to share, that's why cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Please share your ghost stories, because I love hearing them. I love hearing her read them.
Well,
we all like the ghost stories.
As long as it doesn't have the shires.
What's the Well,
Worcestershire. Those places over there in the UK and the shires and stuff, and it always screws me up.
How come nobody ever talks about the shit that happens in Essex?
I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of... I think that's because probably that's where the chavs come from. And then the chavs.
I don't even know what you're talking about over there.
Okay, so like the character Penelope?
No.
Jimmy
Which
Neutron,
one?
Maya
Oh,
Winky.
okay.
She's an example of a chav.
Okay. I have no idea. I mean, on some of that stuff, I don't know. I know that there was the one gentleman there on X that he goes to different places
I don't know. Maybe that's
and shares about stories of hauntings.
I think that's just. I don't know why Essex comes up first. I think it's due to a lot of media that I consume involving that place.
It could be. Now, this gentleman, he went there for a while by the name Nick on X there for a while. And I can't remember where he was talking about. Like I said, if you go to my page on X or something like that, and I can give you the link. I don't want to put it out there until I ask him. But there was some place that people used to drop rocks on people. And I'm like, that's kind of peculiar, don't you think? And he's like, yeah. He said, but it's just everybody stayed away from that place because that was just how they did. And I'm like, that was very Lord of the Flies to me.
Yeah, you need to wear a hard helmet.
Yeah.
Hard hat when you go
they just
through
avoided. It was some kind of cave or cove or something like that.
Take a hard hat.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's wondrous when, like I said, when we get personal, encounters of people that let us share those things.
Mm-hmm. I think they're really awesome.
I do too. Final thoughts on Blue's adventures, and honestly, on his channel, I'll put the link to his channel again. His adventures with Max and stuff, just wondrous.
They're really good
They're
videos.
good. They're wholesome. It is just give your brain something happy to focus on.
Yeah, it's just easy content to watch.
It's wonderful.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Simplicity.
Yeah. So, that's it. You want to tell them where we can be found?
You can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Orlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Orlanda, COCWS, and you can check me out on X as well, called It's That Alien. There's no comma.
OH.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I need to put that in there permanently, and I forgot to the other day. Remind me when I'm editing.
That ain't up to me.
You can remind me when I'm editing. Oh, Kid actually, he did so good because he fixed supper tonight.
He
fixed pizza bagels, and they were phenomenal.
It's like, how
They were just delicious.
I don't know what I did. I fucked
You
around
cooked,
with
and
it.
I didn't have to.
They were really good, though.
They
The cheese
were.
got burnt, though.
And I
tried to make the cheese crackers.
No, they were good. It was good. So
I don't know.
I enjoyed it.
Half-baked.
I enjoyed it greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yeah.
Bye.